All right, we're back. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Good afternoon, good evening, and all the other good stuff. We got another show. I'm happy to be here. I hope all of y'all had a good week. Um, got some things I want to catch up on and talk about. If you played the game, come on the show and give me a second. Excuse that echo. I had my YouTube on the volume up, but glad all of I'm glad to be here to talk, and we got things that we want to go over. Who played the game? Um, what grievance do you have about the game, and what do you think about Still City making another game? Did you think that the last update saved the game? Do you think the last DLC saved the game? And my personal opinion is I don't think that what they put out really saved the game. For me, there's a lot of people that like it. It's a lot of people that like it. A lot of people have that mentality. At least we got something. But long as you keep saying at least we got something, at least we got a boxing game, why should they fix anything? Why should they give us a better game? And I got some things I want to talk about that I see in the community that a lot of people keep saying, like they saying that like it's real boxing knowledge, like they really know what they're talking about. I'm like, yo, what are y'all talking about? And then their first thing they're gonna say, it's a game. Come on, Poe, it's a game, but it's a boxing game. So what my experience, I'm gonna talk from my experience as a boxer. You can't get mad at me. For one, Still City initially said it was supposed to be a realistic boxing game, a realistic sim boxing game. I said it plenty of times in the beginning. Then things start changing when he start hiring different people. But when y'all say jabbing, when people they're spamming the jab, you supposed to spam the jab. I mean, I'm gonna keep telling you this. Y'all will make the worst boxer. Y'all will make the worst boxing coaches ever. You supposed to spam the jab. Then y'all complain about the jab to the body. Y'all want it dumbed down and stuff. If they don't put the right things in to prevent a person from jabbing through the body, that's on you. Y'all gotta ask for the right things. Y'all keep taking away things, wanting them to take away things. That show y'all casual mentality. A lot of y'all not boxing fans. Y'all fighting game fans. And a boxing is not fighting. A fighting game. A boxing game a boxing game and a fighting game are different. Tekken and boxing are not the same. You don't, or Street Fighter and boxing are not the same. You don't hear boxers like Shane Mosley or Javante Davis saying Hadouken. You don't hear them saying that or doing that. Come on now. And y'all first thing is you're taking it too serious. It's just a boxing game. But everybody has their own opinion. And the people that keep complaining about me saying certain things, you're complaining about certain things. Y'all basically saying certain people's voices shouldn't be heard. Y'all gotta make sense. It gotta make sense to me. Y'all not making sense. It's crazy. Like people, like the jab, like I was saying, the jab to the body. That is a thing. Can you show me videos where audio? So y'all not hearing me, huh? Give me a second. Can you hear me? Let me see. It's my speaker and everything working. I don't know what it's talking about. It's saying connect my audio. But if y'all can hear me, y'all let me know. Hold on. Who the? Game is already bare minimum, and they want the little game has to be taken out. You can hear me, AJ Pax? The game is already bare minimum, and people keep asking for it. That's the casual fan base, or the people that don't really care about the game. They really don't care about boxing. They trying to make boxing what they think it should be. No. If you want boxing to be Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, or Tekken, go play them games. You don't hear people nowadays saying, I don't want to play Madden. I want it to be NFL Blitz. They don't, you got that fan base, but they're not saying that. Yeah, that's crazy because they keep, people keep, okay, thank you. Yeah, people keep saying things that don't make sense. Like people, their experience. And my thing is, these gamers and these people that's playing the game, they're lazy. Why don't you go watch some videos of fights? Watch some fights. So you can say, hold up, that don't look like what boxing should be. And my thing is to a lot of people that like a lot of people that's actually boxing fans, some of them want boxing to be a certain way. There are boxers that move a lot. But you know what people call them that want them to stay in front of them? Runners. Everybody is not a runner. Because if anybody should be complaining, it should be a person like me when I was boxing. I was one of them boxers that I moved a little bit. I was like a plotter. Basically, like Tyson, move, step forward, plotting, or move sometime. That's what I was doing. I never complained, oh, he running. My thing was It was up to me to cut the ring off. It was up to me to stop him from running. Everybody keep complaining. He's running. You should slow down his running. Ask them to add things in the game that you need to stop him from running, not taking things out. Yeah, but my thing is about loose footwork movement. Every boxer shouldn't have loose footwork movement, because when did you ever really see Tyson do loose foot movement? When did you see? It's not. It's I say, out of all the times I watched, I watched thousands and thousands of boxing matches. I even was in thousands and thousands of boxing matches. I've never seen that many boxers using loose foot movement. You know who actually kind of use loose foot movement sometimes? Very little. Shannon Briggs. I can verify that because I was in the ring with him plenty of times, sparring. But it's a lot of things that's very inconsistent. But people, they're speaking and they're trying to outspeak the boxing fans, the hardcore boxing fans. A lot of y'all are YouTube boxing fans. Y'all not boxing fans. There's a difference. And a lot of y'all get mad that people like me is pointing it out. We supposed to, we're fans. I'm not being, they, what they do to make us be silent. And I said this a couple of times. They call us gatekeepers. I'm not keeping you from speaking your opinion. I'm not preventing you from playing the game or anything. So I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm not keeping you from anything. But one thing I'm not going to allow you to do is tell me what boxing is. If you call that gatekeeper, so be it. That's like a person walking off the street telling a trainer that been training somebody for all his life what his boxer should be doing. And he never trained nobody a day in his life. He watched a couple of fights. Y'all got to stop with that junk. It gets me annoyed because I don't see boxing fans going to the UFC boards or talking to UFC fans like, well, they should be doing this or they should be doing that. Come on, y'all. Y'all can't control everything. Y'all got to let boxing fans speak up for their game. What do y'all... Let me see who's it. What do you think about the did you play the update in the new boxes? What you thought about them? Before I start getting into other things. And they keep with that mindset. They went into this game like we're only gonna be able to give marquee boxers their styles. Technically, if you want to be a nitpicker like me, I can be nitpicky about certain things. They only give you bare minimum of a boxer. The ones they call marquee boxers, just enough for you to say, oh, he's fighting in his style. Technically, it's a lot of things missing from these boxers. Exactly. That's exactly what they be doing. It's kindergarten stuff. It's like it's annoying at times. And some of the people I thought technically were my friends, they're the ones that saying it too. Like, Paul, come on, man, you being a gatekeeper. How am I being a gatekeeper? And half of them are hardcore UFC fans. So you telling me I'm gatekeeping because I'm trying to protect my sport or let it be implemented into a game accurately. But you're a hardcore UFC fan or a fighting game fan. Come on, man. Stop. Now I can see if you are a fan of both, like literally a fan of both. But some of them, they just not. But they want people like me to be quiet. I'm not being quiet. I've been doing this for years, decades. I've been doing this for decades. Let me see. Only played offline since the update, and I'm mostly an online player. Just not compelled to play online anymore. Oh, that's crazy. And you know what's crazy? When I don't know if you heard my videos or you heard me say this before, but the betas and stuff, it made me want to play online, and I'm not an online player. Even though I've been in a lot of online conversations and stuff, like even when I had my old show, my old Fight Night ringside show, we used to me and my friend PR guy, we was both moderators for EA. He had a league that he had that it was for like people was fighting and stuff for online. I wasn't really a part of it, but they always wanted my insight. What can I do better? What, this and that. But I wasn't never online fighter. I mean, player, because it didn't do anything to me. It was so much missing from the online experience. And shout out to let me get a shout out to Don D 205. He's supposed to come on the show at some point. I don't know if it's gonna be today or wherever, schedule it. But he's supposed to come on the show. He kind of opened my eyes because I don't really watch. I watch Fight Night Champion videos, but the way he was playing the game, I was like, wow. I was like, wow. Even though it had some arcade, Fight Night Champions is a hybrid, leaning more towards arcade. But the way he was playing it looked like, wow, I could watch this. Made 365. What's up, my guy? How's it going? Yeah, the way he was playing, I was like, wow. But I don't think I can actually sit there and watch many people. I've seen people say, Poe, you should watch the game. You should play the game and stuff like that. Why would I buy the game now when it was offered to me for free? No. And why would I go back to playing that game? Because I'm going to be complaining. Even though he was playing it in a way that would made it more palatable for me to see and sit down and watch. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm going to sit up there and complain. And what people keep saying, Poe, you should play Undisputed so you can give feedback. I'm giving feedback now from watching videos. Me playing is just going to give me a headache. What am I going to do playing the game? What I'm going to do is flood the social media with more talk, more conversations like, why is this not implemented? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? And then Steel City, their thing is they always like to they got these defenders or whatever saying, Poe, well, they said this and they said that. Poe, you don't know what you're talking about. That's a lie. You can't tell me what I know. That's because I'm not working in a studio. I've been studying game development. It's just that I can't get past certain elements of game development. The math and certain things that go with developing and stuff like that. So y'all got to stop making your own excuses and saying, well, Poe, you don't know what you're talking about. They said this and they said that. They said these things because they know you don't know nothing about game development. Not because I don't know about game development. I could sit down with a developer, a development team, and I can sit there and tell them what can and can't be done and prove it with data. I could go to places to show them, look, this can be done. You keep feeding us that it can't be done. And y'all accepting it. Y'all really accepting it. And y'all coming at me like, oh, it can't be done. You want too much. Oh, that sounds like what a developer would say. Y'all acting like y'all getting paid by this team. See, that's one thing with me. I can never sell out. I can never sell myself past truth. I always got to speak the truth about things. EA tried it. They made so many promises to me. And I'm not lying. I could get at least 10 or 15 people on here that can back up what I'm saying. And I could get 3 senior moderators that was working with me from EA and back up what I'm saying. EA gave me, I keep telling y'all, they gave me 2 trips. They gave me merch. But stuff like that don't buy me. I still was speaking the same way. And they still wanted me on to be a moderator because they wanted me to be a community manager at some point. They were trying to build me up to that. But as a community manager, you have to be biased. You got to speak for the company only. You can't have your personal opinions. So I knew from the rip that wasn't going to work for me. My thing was I was going to work my way up. If they didn't bother me with the community manager thing, then because I heard people, they were community managers, became developers. That was my thing I was trying to do. But my mouth wouldn't allow it. What's up, Mike Adams? Appreciate you. Oh, you met my boy? Yeah, me and Shannon been friends for years. I'm still trying to get that autographed picture. He been promised me. At this point, you gotta give me a shirt, champ. Yeah, I knew Shannon for years because I always tell, and this is the funniest story in the world. I say, yo, Shannon, man, come on, man, give me an autographed picture. And he looked at me and said, come on, Poe. I mean, he ain't called me Poe. He called me by my name. He called me D. He said, D. He said, come on, man. He said, you know me. That's all you need to do. I said, nah, me saying I know somebody, that's like me saying, hey, I know Muhammad Ali. I know this person. No, me knowing you and, taking, you sign the autograph and stuff, people could say, all right, you do know Shannon Briggs. Because people always going to contest it. Let me see. Content creators really drop the ball. Now they macho man Randy Savage. Yeah, a lot of content creators, I'm not trying to point out certain people or saying certain things, but it's a lot of content creators, they falling into a trap. Some of them, they want to fall into the trap. They can make this game better. And I said, out of the whole content creator group that plays this game, I said probably like 3. If it's 20 content creators making content for Undisputed, I say it's 3 or 4 that's boxing fans. The others are acting like boxing fans. They want this game to be as close to a fighting game as possible. That's why, and when I was training, you couldn't come in the gym and say you were a fighter. My trainer wouldn't allow that. And when I went to Philly, and I used to train in Philly too, go to gyms like Joe Frazier gym and different gyms, you couldn't call certain people a fighter. Some boxers, they accepted it because they feel like I could box and I can fight, like really get down. But my uncle, my trainer, we never said that in the gym. Call him a boxer. Let him live what a boxer is. Let that stand his mentality. Then he thinks more strategic. Because when you say I'm a fighter, because I always was a fighter, been fighting ever since I was in grammar school. They call me the bully destroyer. I always had that fighting mentality. But with that, it comes, I'll bite you. If you're too big for me, I'm biting you, whatever. Because people grab, because I was strong, people grab me in the headlock or whatever, I'm biting you. Or choke you out, I'm going to do whatever it is to win. That's a fighter. Paul, you had involvement with round for round boxing. If so, can you tell me the story? Oh, man. Yeah. I was a part of the round. I tell this story every week, but different people ask me. But yeah, I was a part of the round for round team. And I can't believe me and the owner were friends. We became friends. Called me all the time. He lived all the way in Australia. Talked to him all the time. And I met him through Malky Pablo. If any of y'all know Malky Pablo, he was on the leaderboard with Fight Night Champion. He was a good at Fight Night games. So Malky Pablo and me were friends already. So one day, I guess him and the guy, I keep forgetting his name, but we start talking about boxing. He said, "Poe, you should be a part of our team." I said, "What team?" He said, "Me, his name, I think his name Andrew. I don't know why I keep forgetting his name Andrew because I ain't talked to him in years." So he said, "No, we're gonna get you on the team." So I got on the team, I started talking to him. Then he had another partner. Me and him used to argue all the time because he wanted round for round to be like Fight Night Champion. And I kept saying, no, we don't need another arcade game. We need for round for round to be realistic. And he kept arguing with me. Oh man, no, that's not going to get people into the game. People don't want that. So I said, yup, you right. He got the same voice. Yeah, so man, you should hear my son. My son, he's 25. And his voice sound deeper than mine. Well, he's 25, so yeah, I guess he is good. But yeah. So I started talking to, what's his name? I think his name Andrew. I forget. But he wanted me on the team. So I started letting them know that I could get boxers. Have you met Heather Hardy? No. I think I talked to her, but I talked to a lot of boxers. I started going into, digging, because I used to help EA get boxers. So I started talking to boxers. And I said I talked to over 500 boxers, pro and amateur. I was talking to a lot of boxers. I was talking to organizations. I was talking to ways that he could get people to sponsor him and stuff. He could have had a game. It was on him. It's like he got scared or he did something behind the scene that I didn't know because I left because I wanted to be a part of round for round. I wanted to be a part of Undisputed. But with round for round. We had all these boxes and stuff, and things I started looking at things. I kept saying, "That was his name," but I said, "Do you have a player model?" Because that's what boxers kept asking me. Do you have a model that we could see? You know, we want to be in a game that we could say, "Hey, all right, got a boxing game." But he had the boxers before he had the game model, and he still didn't have a game. And then he hooked up with this company, Wicked Witch. First, I was talking to them because the guy because I post a lot. If any of y'all know me, I'm posting every day. I'm an idea man. And he was looking at my ideas and stuff. He said, "Yo," he said, "why aren't you on a team?" He said, "If you want to make a game, I will, put money up to help you make a game." And I was like, "Dad," I was scared. I got a little nervous because I'm like, I don't really know how to do this. I don't know how to, I know how to give ideas, but I don't know how to make a boxing game. But my stupidity, no, it wasn't, I won't say stupidity. Me being scared, I passed it by. I was like, said, nah. I said, I'm just an idea guy. And he said, "Well, I'm working on another project." He said, "Well, if you decide to make a boxing game, I will back you." And I was like, "All right, bet." So I met, I keep forgetting Andrew. I'm gonna call it Andrew. So I met him, and I told him about the guy because he got robbed by a phone game company. I forget the phone game company. He got robbed by him. I think he got robbed twice by these phone game companies trying to use them to make an actual boxing game. And that's two different logics. That's two different experiences. So I knew that wasn't going to work. But this other company, Wicked Witch, they had experience. So I told him, talk to them. So he started talking to them. They were ready, but he backed away. That was his name. I keep forgetting his name because I'm trying to remember his name because I ain't just calling him a name that's not his name. Because them 3 years went by and I'm full of ideas and I can't remember everything. So I was getting all these boxers like Jamel Herring. I had Clarissa Shields. I was talking to Layla Ali. I was talking to all these boxers. And then my thing was, this y'all gotta hear this. My thing was, I was talking to all these boxers, and then ESBC, before it was Undisputed, they contacted me. Not they, the owner contacted me because a friend of mine's that we always talking, he's in the industry, Brian Mazik Hayes. So Mazik, he told me about Undisputed. So Undisputed owner called me. We had a long talk. We had a web talk, video chat. Dad, go on. What's going on? We had a video chat. So I think we talked for like a half an hour, 45 minutes. So he was excited. We was like two kids comparing notes. So he said, "Po, I'm gonna talk to the team and I'm gonna see how can we incorporate you into our system, into the group." The team from England, they didn't want me on the team. Because a lot of people, they know how I am. They know how I talk. They saw my videos. They saw my posts and everything. Because even on my older website, I used to get like 200 or 300 people coming to the website every day. And I even had the owner, Habib, say, "Yeah, I saw your website. I seen some of your posts and stuff. I like them." And he said, "Yeah, I would love for you to be involved in some way." But the team and Will Kinsler pushed me out. I know for a fact. Even he could say it and other people could defend him, which I hate. That they defend him like they really know the man. I literally had experience with Will Kinsler for, I think, 3 or 4 decades. At least 3. So I thought we were friends. He pushed me out. He made sure I wasn't on the team because he know I was going to push and push and push for the team to stay on point with a realistic boxing game. No, I never met. I met a lot. I met Holyfield. I met Holyfield early in his career. My brother, he was a boxer. He used to train down in Philly. He knew all the coaches and boxers. So he knew like Mildred Teller, Pernell Whitaker. He knew all these guys. So that passed down to me. So when I like go to events and stuff, when I see certain people, I know I'm like the commissioner of New Jersey, Larry Hazard. I know him and his whole family. Well, I know him and his sons. Yeah, so I know boxing. Like when I hear people, they be trying to push me out, which is intentionally, and it's sad. It's really sad. They try to push me out. They don't literally want me to be a part of a boxing game or undisputed, because they're like, I'm too passionate and I'm gonna want all that realistic stuff. And that shows how limited your mentality is. You rather play checkers instead of chess. I'm not a chess player, but people say I will make a good chess player the way I think. Let me see. Yeah, it's crazy. What do you expect from Steel City? What do y'all expect from Steel City um going forward? Because to me, they should drop something new this month or next month, at least going into the year, not waiting to a new year to give us something new. Yeah, he really did. Because I gave him a lot of different options, because every time a company popped up saying they wanted to make a game, I said, Rax, you should be a part of this. Rax, you should be a part of this. And he could say it all day long that I didn't say that. We didn't have a conversation like that. Rax, I saved our conversations because I know how people from EA act. I know how people get. I trust no one. So when people try to call me a liar or come on, Poe, stop, you changing the narrative. No, not at all. What's up, Northern Smog? Oh, I left the Discord before they kicked me out. They all that I did to get back in, I left because I know Ash daughter. Seth is Ash's daughter. I know Ash's daughter, and I know what's his name? He used to be the moderator, being there. He used to try to make it so I could say certain things because he knew it would trigger me to try to get me out. And then the game kept the little things they were doing was aggravating me. So I said, nah, I better leave before they kick me out. At least I can come back if I want to. Yeah, so that's what happened. I left. Every time they say something, like when they were saying like development stuff, I already knew better. Some of the stuff when they say certain things that I really don't know about development, I go ask a developer, not on their team, other developers that have experience, that are veterans. I talk to these people. I don't know if any of y'all saw that video that King Juice put out, and it had what's his name? I keep forgetting his name, the Asian guy. And I hate keep saying that. That sounds so weird. And he pops up on my Twitter all the time. Oh, all right. Steve Kim. When Steve Kim was talking about, hold up, give me a second. When Steve Kim was talking about how hard boxers are to get, that's a lie. That's a lie. A lot of these boxers are not that hard to get nowadays. It's just that it seems like they try to make the contract so that certain boxers can't say or do certain things. Do y'all actually know that boxers have to agree to the models? Like, once we sign off, that's how we're going to do it. They can't say anything about their characters or the way their characters implemented. Only certain boxers can, which is crazy. I heard that from a boxer. Undisputed is dead. Championship DLC was the last rabbit out of the hat. That's what I was thinking too. Yeah, good move, to be honest. Laughing, I share your sentiment. Say your streaming there just now. Oh man, they're about to kick you out. They're about to kick you out. Yeah, it's usually me and AJ Pax and Leafy. I don't know what happened. Leafy probably said, man, I guess he felt like it only takes one of us to relay the message. Yeah, and another thing that I hate when people try to defend people they really don't know about. They really defend people they don't know. Like a lot of y'all can say, well, we don't know you either, Paul, and we can defend you. But y'all seen me conversate every week. Every week. I'm like literally on every site, like talking about boxing games and stuff. I'm talking about, I'm literally, so y'all kind of know me. I remember the Joseph Parker video and yeah. And that was my idea. See, I had so many ideas. That's why I say I will be a great addition to a team. I was telling them all these things. I said, yo, you got to get these boxers to speak on their behalf. Let them speak to help advertise the game. Advertise the game that you never had. And that's crazy. And people hate it the way that if I would have like really knew that it wasn't really a game, I would have told the boxers. And that's what people don't like. Why should I deceive somebody? Someone was doing us a favor. Some of the boxers really didn't want anything. And that's the same thing with Steel City. It's boxers that really don't want things to be in the game. We had, who else we had? We had David Tua. I keep saying that. They don't have David Tua in the game. David Tua wants to be in the game. He said it would be an honor to be in the game. I talked to Ann Wolf. I remember I talked to James Kirkland when he was hot. Talked to all these people. But people, Leafy is there still. Yeah, he left and came back. Yeah, you do it strategically. I was trying to do it strategically, and they was peeking out my game. They said certain people in here they're doing things strategically, but still they can get banned for it. I'm like, what? And my thing, me, the way I am, I hate to be threatened. I hate to be threatened. My thing is stop threatening me. That's another reason why I don't go out on the street. Somebody threaten me, say they're gonna do something to me, I'ma hit them. I'm gonna knock him out or at least try. I remember in school, I get threatened in this classroom. I'm going to knock you out or try to knock you out. I don't take too kindly to threats. I rather don't threaten me, just do it. Don't threaten me. Don't let me know. Because now you're going to let me ball up like, oh, I can't believe this joker threatened me. Oh, I can't believe it. Now my thing is going to keep building up and building up. And I got to get you. Let me see. Wilkinson made it all rock'em sock. Exactly. And and he's supposed to be, and Ash took him as a boxing historian. He knows what he's talking about. Why aren't you making the game realistic? Why aren't you? And this thing is, as a boxing fan, it won't be fun if it was realistic. So that means you can look at a boxing match and be cheering and be like, oh, sweat, be excited at the boxing match, but you can't put that same thing in a boxing game. It's on them two players to make the fight exciting. And if y'all keep feeling that people are running, I was talking about this earlier. If y'all feel that people are running, ask them, why did they take out that you can run after somebody? That means you get to close the distance. Why don't you have that skip hop that some boxers do that close the distance? If you're running or not, you close off the distance. It's called a skip hop. People like, what's his name? Floyd Patterson did it. It's a lot of old school and new school. Floyd does it. It's a skip hop. It closes the distance. Some people do the inch up. They like, it's a little short step. It closes the distance. People know how to cut the ring off. Y'all keep asking for the wrong things. And they're not giving it to you. But and this is what I keep saying. I know I said this a billion times. When the boxers was in the studio, the game looked more like a realistic boxing game. It just needed tweaks. Now they got people in the studio that saying they are boxers. No, that's not true. My thing, yeah, Sugar Ray Robinson, thanks. I appreciate you. My thing is, it's not true. My thing is, if you get the so-called boxers that's in the studio, you pick a person off the street that never boxed in his life, and you train them for a month, and I train my boxer for a month. You could give me 2 weeks. He wouldn't beat the crap out of your boxer. That's how confident I am in my knowledge. When I see certain things that y'all put in the game, it's not real. It's not boxing. You're only putting a little tad bit, just enough. Who you got, Haney or Norman? I'm gonna go with Haney. I have to go with the Haney. He's bigger now. He's filled into, because you got to remember, Haney was weight draining himself. And then you got to realize, when you say, hey, Ryan Garcia knocked him out, did he really knock him out? Kept getting back up. And he had stuff in his system. So I don't know, but I'm gonna stick with Haney. I like Norman though. I really like him, but I'm gonna pick Haney. You would think that I would pick Brian Norman because, like, many people would say, hey, you one of them rough, rugged, knockout guys and stuff. Yeah, but I wasn't. And to me, my biggest fault was for my size. I'm 5'11". Or 5'10" and a half, whichever you want to call it. I'm short for heavyweight. And my thing was, I was boxing. A person at my height cannot always box somebody that's 6'2", 6'3", 6'5", 6'6". They Shannon is 6'5". I couldn't really try to outbox him. I had to fight a different way. I had to be more tactical. Let me see. Still can't load my fighters on the game. What's going on? Oh, Iceman. How's it going, Iceman? What you mean you can't load your fighters on the game? I would like to get what's call him in here. Eddie Chambers. I interviewed him before. When I was helping with Fight Night. I was in the Fight Night forum. I think I interviewed him like twice. I would love to get Eddie Chambers in here and Coach Anthony. I would love to get them in here because it seemed like Ash did a Hollywood move. Coach Anthony at the event, at the Terrence Crawford event, he told Ash, he said, save my number in your phone. He said, call me to make sure that that's the right number. He called him. He did a Hollywood move. He didn't talk to him since, or it doesn't seem like it. And I'm pretty sure he didn't. He did a Hollywood move. You know how Hollywood people do. They'll say, here, take my number. Or give me your number, I'll call you. And they're not going to call you. That's crazy. Let me see. They had Lucas Brown, Gerald McClellan. Yup. And I just talked to his sister, Gerald McClellan, sister, like I think a month or two ago, and she wanted him to be in Undisputed. You got these people that's cold-hearted, and they're saying, we don't want him in there. He was real mean to dogs. Come on, man, stop with when you go with that. He was mean to animals and stuff like that, man. Shut up. You eat chicken. You eat duck. You eat cows. Stop. Stop with the nonsense. I'm a vegan, plant-based eater, and I have sympathy for people. Come on now. Let me see. Why you erased it? I was about to read your post, 64 Iceman. They had, let me see. Yeah, it's shameful the way, and then the way Steel City, they doing a lot of things backwards. If y'all see my blog, y'all will understand a lot of things that I'm saying. Let me post it. Give me a second. I'm gonna post my blog. Read some of my posts, and y'all be like, "Oh, Poe know what he's talking about. Poe know what he's doing." And you know what a lot of naysayers gonna say? He did that with Chat GPT. I've been writing for over 4 decades. Chat GPT don't think for me. I write a whole script of things,